Bonjour, dear viewers, and welcome to this special edition from our program Africa Today, where we are dedicating this episode to the conflict and the war between Israel and Iran. And we'll start with this report where Iran said early today that it fired hypersonic missiles at Israel in the latest round of overnight strikes in response to the Israeli unprecedented attacks against Iran that entered its sixth day.
Israeli warplanes targeted the Iranian capital Tehran before dawn Wednesday after the military issued a warning for civilians to leave one district for their safety. The Israeli military later said it struck weapons manufacturing sites and facilities used to make centrifuges in Tehran. Iranian media reported several explosions Tuesday in the central city of Isfahan, home to nuclear facilities. It also reported a cyber attack on Tuesday crippled Sabah Bank, one of Iran's main state-owned banks. Despite international alarm, the long-range blitz continued since Friday when Israel launched an unprecedented bombing campaign targeting Iranian nuclear and military facilities. As Israeli attacks also targeted civilian institutions, some residents of Tehran have fled on Tuesday. Long queues stretched outside Iranian bakeries and petrol stations as people rushed to stock up on fuel and basic supplies. Meanwhile, Iran's police spokesperson said its forces intercepted 14 drones and identified hostile drone-producing workshops and drone-carrying vehicles across various provinces. Iran said on Sunday that Israeli strikes had killed at least 224 people and wounded more than 1,000, including military commanders, nuclear scientists, and civilians. In Geneva, Iranian ambassador to United Nations described Israeli attacks as an act of aggression against our country without any reason. He said Israel has blindly targeted populated areas without warning. The ambassador told Human Rights Council that Israel's activities are against all humanity. He said Iran will not show any reluctance in defending its people, security, and land, and will respond seriously and strongly without restraint.
To shed light on the latest developments on the Israeli-Iranian war, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Ahmed Mostafa, the expert in international relations. Thank you so much, Doctor, for joining us.
Thanks a lot. Yes.
Sir, just a few minutes ago, the Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei said that Iran will never surrender in a televised speech on the sixth day of the unprecedented air war with Israel. How do you see this statement by the Iranian leader in light of all the developments taking place on the ground, which is really unprecedented?
Look, we have to say something. What is the real, which or the real reason of what happened towards Iran from concerning this illegal attack and brutal attack against Iran? It was the leaks of the documents that made against Grossi, the Director General of the IAEA in Austria. Number two, the leaks and the documents that Mr. Arakji delivered and handed to Mr. Sisi during his visit to Egypt 2 weeks ago. This is for the audience to know the reason why it takes place, because these documents included a lot of sensitive information about Egypt in this regard. Therefore, Iran was, in a way just to retaliate and retaliate harshly, because it is a matter of dignity.
Indeed.
What I'm understanding of the leader, and according to my experience from the within in Iran, because I was there for more than 9 times before the restrictions to travel, and I made my films on it in Iran. Iran is a very big country. This is number one. We made a tour in Iran about 11,000 kilometers. That means the borders and the regions of Iran as well. Also, Iran is a country that it is not relying on words, but relying on actions, and harsh actions, and cannot stay away from having their dignity integrated and well before the whole world.
Doctor, actually the statement by the Supreme Leader of Iran came as a response to a statement by US President Donald Trump for Iran to surrender. And also Khamenei warned that any US strike will have serious and irreparable consequences. How do you read the situation here regarding the possible interference of the United States in this war?
Already the Iranians, I heard this morning that there were some leaks saying that we'll close the Strait of Hormuz for 100 days and will allow to only the vessels or the tankers that is Iran will allow to enter to the Gulf. This is number one. Number two, they are ready, and as I said, more than 14 years ago, Iran, they have the missile system that can already reach not just Israel, but can reach Europe as well. Number three, I think already once the leader and the other commanders or the generals of the army of the Iranian party said to Israel just to leave and quit specific areas in maybe Tel Aviv and other, they were already honest because they bombarded it. And they bombarded harshly sites in, Israel. Do you think that the Gulf is not under the attack, especially the American bases? I'm not talking about the Gulf as a Gulf country, but the American bases and the interests within, the Gulf, not under the attack of Iran? No, it is so easy and possible. And as, if you remember, after the assassination of General Qasem Soleimani, by the beginning of 2020, they already attacked Ain al-Assad base inside Iraq. And the Iranians said there were about 110 soldiers and officers from America within this base. Google disrupted the information and missed the information and didn't give the facts. Then we found that the Pentagon started to say after 1 month there were about 30 killed and injured, and then 59 killed and injured. And then 70 killed and injured, and then said, of course, it was 110 injured and killed in Ain al-Assad base in Iraq. For the Iranians, they knew exactly, and they have the proper information. Don't forget that Iran, they have the right allies. Here I'm talking about 4 countries. First, China, and they have a strategic agreement with them. Russia, and they have a strategic agreement with them. Pakistan, and the situation of Pakistan that occurred 2 days ago from the foreign minister and from the prime minister. Of course, North Korea, that already having a mass destruction weapons. And we know that nobody can approach North Korea. And Egypt as well, because Egypt, they made 2 important situations, and we have to dedicate our thanks and tribute to Mr. Sisi and the foreign minister, Mr. Badr Abdelati. First, just to down the right of America in concerning the veto yesterday in the United Nations and the Security Council. Number 2, it was this coalition and the condemnation that should be made from the whole Arab country, and we should be stopped behind Iran, because Israel and the Zionist entity is the real danger, and this is the cancer that should be dismantled from our vision.
Yes. Doctor, if the United States did attack in cooperation with Israel the nuclear facilities in Iran, as they have threatened, how that situation could lead to more spillover in the whole region, and that might intervene also or witness the intervention of other countries in this war?
Of course, first, it will never take place, but if happened, and if we hear the statements of some Zionist officials yesterday and before yesterday, normalization will never be for free. The countries should pay for this. That means that they have the preemption to do that. And of course, we have to say something, that Grossi, this Director General of the IAEA, he did that just to be like the Secretary General of the United Nations, because he knows that the United Nations, or to have a position at the United Nations, it will be via Israel and via the United States. And it is a very big mistake, because we will never vote for him. And if the international organizations or the affiliate organization that belongs to the United Nations working in that respect, I think the whole country may leave the United Nations because it will be nil and void. How can we go through in this regard? Concerning Iran, no, Iran will never do that, because I mentioned in the question that they already having especially the intelligence cooperation, and Chinese, especially the Chinese, they have the latest, what's so-called that making you out of service in time of tensions or wars, something like this, to make like a big distortion for all the surveillance apparatus from the United States or from Israel. They did it before via one of the carriers of the aircraft of the United States that was in China Sea in 2017, and the chairman of this carrier, he said to the United States, I don't know exactly where I am. I'm in Indian Ocean or Atlantic Ocean, because I don't know, because the distortion was really high. China, they give such apparatus and such equipment to the Iranians in this respect.
Doctor, actually, from your point of view, the main reason behind the Israeli attack against Iran, the destruction of or the trial of destruction of its nuclear facilities, is it really only the destruction of the nuclear facilities, or also they are trying to topple the Iranian regime as well? And to what extent did they succeed till this moment to destroy the Iranian nuclear facilities and power?
It wasn't, it was true, but it wasn't only Iran. According to the leaks and the documents that Mr. Arakji already handed to Mr. Sisi via Badr Abdelati. It was Egypt after Iran, Pakistan, the other countries, all the Muslim countries that already may represent like a headache for them, or representing like a big resistance for them in the future. And that was already announced about 10 years before, not just now, because I heard like a TV interview of this speech, Netanyahu, who said that we have a list of the countries that we should dispose of because they represent like a big barrier for us in the region, including Egypt. And that was the main issue that was leaked to Egypt in this regard, because they want to attack the Egyptian army, the President Sisi, and to occupy Sinai.
Indeed. Dr. Ahmed Mostafa, our expert of international relations, thank you so much, sir, for your precious input, and our dear viewers. That was our coverage for the current Israeli-Iranian war. Many thanks for watching.